Hey, Matt from Turramurra Music. Today we are looking at the Arturia PolyBrute. It's a 6-voice polyphonic analog synthesizer which has got some very unique capabilities. It's not short on modulation, still got all its natural analog cycling. It's got some lovely digital effects after the fact. And yeah, I'm just going to sort of walk you through what I've found with it, show you some patches I've made and look at some factory presets too. So enjoy. The first one is like this cello patch. No, it's not. Yeah, so there you go. There's some presets for you. I'll play some more, but we'll just have a look at how you make some patches and try and look at some of the morphing capabilities and the different sort of modulation things that are going on here. So yeah, to start a new patch, I'm just going to go and press number 5 here, and there's a whole bunch of blank presets, which yeah, we've got a sawtooth, which can be a sine wave, which can also be a square, which has pulse width, which goes through 0, so you can get little nasally nothings. And that's this VCO1, which is currently going through this ladder filter. Which you can add some resonance, we'll go 50%. And it's got distortion in here, which is kind of cool. And then we've got a second oscillator here, which has a sub oscillator in it. So we can just go and bring that in. 50% resonance again. And then we've actually got another whole filter to muck around with, which is cool. We can either have them going into the both filters at the same time, or we can just have one or the other. So we'll listen to this in, I think it's going to be in low pass mode to begin with. but it's actually state variable, so we can go and put it into, say, a high pass mode. Gets all thin up there, you add resonance to that. Oh, sorry. You know, it can go more crazy than that. Then it's got this brute factor, which is a bit of a legacy from Arturia's original synths. So like the Mini Brute was one of their first analog synths that they did, and this brute factor was on there, which just basically, I think it's a feedback loop. I should have done my research beforehand, but I'm pretty sure they're making like a feedback loop within the synth. So, you know, it's like plugging the output of the synth back into the input if it had one. This doesn't have an input, but the brute factor kind of allows us to get some really nasty, gnarly overtones, which you don't have to use it on full, but here we go. So yeah, then we can kind of like put both filters on at the same time, which is going to be in series with each other, which is kind of fun. Doing a bit of an intense one here for you. So something which is kind of fun is this noise to VCF2, which kind of gives this sort of warbliness to the filter. So pretty quick there to go from absolute nasty, noisy craziness into sort of a very lovely, gentle kind of sound. So I can then quickly go and just add, like I did that amp envelope there, but I'm going to add some reverb, and the reverb in here is pretty stunning actually. Here, if you press this settings button and turn that, allows you to actually go and sync the delay. Which you could then put an arpeggiator on. I haven't actually spoken about this section over here at all, which is this touch sensitive sort of faux wood thing, which, you know, it's like an XY pad. So it allows you to control a few different things. I think originally it is set up Morphee. It's going to morph between two states because this synth is actually bitimbral. So I think if we muck around here with this patch which I made, there's actually another whole default patch underneath the layer we're currently on. And then there's this little hidden touch strip here as well, which I don't actually have that assigned yet, but I can go and assign that very easily. Okay, so there's another little hidden setting, voice and filter pan. So it means that the filters are on opposite sides now. It's like a binaural type synth. Add some reverb, not delay at this point, but I'll add some reverb. You can't actually assign white noise to the oscillator, but you can actually do that by assigning the LFO1 with this noise source here to oscillator 1. Actually, I'll use noise to modulate the filter as well, and then we get this really, really warbly kind of old cassette sound, which I find pretty fun. I might actually control that filter position with this. One way to get kind of a little fun sequence going is the looping envelope. So the shape of this envelope now determines the speed at which it repeats. Press hold. It's really, really fun. There is so much modulation to be had. There's lots of little hidden things beneath the surface. You can do those classic analog sounds, or you can take it into some pretty unusual modern sounds as well. So great sounding thing, built like a tank. Like the thing is like, yeah, it's not gonna die on you. So yeah, I hope you found this fun. And yeah, Arturia PolyBrute is the real deal. So cheers.